This is KGW News at noon.
This location will help provide safe, designated camping locations for homeless Portlanders who then can access basic services.
We're learning some new details this noon about Mayor Ted Wheeler's plan to address Portland's homeless crisis. The city plans to build a temporary shelter on the Central East Side. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Brenda Braxton. Now, this is one of 6 sites the city plans to build to help reduce homelessness. Last November, City Council approved spending $27 million on the sites. This shelter near Southeast Powell and 13th will house up to 150 people and provide showers, restrooms, food, and storage. Mayor Wheeler says Urban Alchemy will manage the site. It's a California nonprofit that manages outdoor shelters.
I'm grateful that Urban Alchemy is partnering with us on this vital project. I'm confident that this is the right team for the city of Portland.
This shelter is expected to be finished by the summer. The city is creating these temporary sites at the very same time that it's building 20,000 affordable housing units. The mayor's goal is to complete those by 2033. An affordable housing community in Northeast Portland's Cully neighborhood is celebrating its grand opening today. It's called Las Adelitas. The building used to be a strip club, which shut down after the owner was convicted on federal prostitution charges. Well, years later, the community banded together with Hacienda CDC, raising more than $2 million to buy the land. It's now a haven for families and individuals who are looking for safe, affordable homes. Okay, let's head back to the Weather Center today and check in with Rod. The rain is picking up this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, this morning it wasn't that wet for the first few hours. Now it is picking up. There's nothing stormy going on, but for the most part, I would expect it to be raining throughout the rest of today for your afternoon, evening plans. Again, the green is rain, still picking up some snow. This is on the higher elevations above the Coast Range highways, though, and of course, it is snowing up over the Cascades. We have that storm warning starting at 4 o'clock for heavier snow rates up in the Cascades. Don't forget later this afternoon. Temperatures with the rain haven't really done much. I mean, Salem was 44 early this morning, now at 46. Portland was right around 42. We've stayed there throughout the morning hours. It's above freezing over in Bend at 37, just above freezing out in Baker City. I do want to point out winds are picking up right now. East County, Troutdale, good afternoon to you folks. The airport reporting east winds gusting to 31. That's going to continue, and all of us will see breezes, I think, slowly become more noticeable. I have us 47 at 4 o'clock, 46 tonight at 8 o'clock. I guess, Brenda, the message is rain and winds picking up. Your complete forecast in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Rod. Portland police say a 14-year-old was hurt in a shooting in Southeast Portland. It happened just before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon on 112th between Market and Division. The teen was taken to the hospital. We don't have an update on his condition, but do expect to get more information from police later this afternoon. We're hearing from the partner of a woman killed during a shooting last year in North Portland's Normandale Park. Yesterday, the man charged with her murder was back in court, and he changed his plea to guilty. KGW's Alma McCarty has the latest.
February 19th, 2022. A protest at Normandale Park in Northeast Portland turned deadly. Court documents say 43-year-old Benjamin Smith aggressively confronted protesters and asked them to leave. In turn, investigators say they told him to leave. The interaction, caught on camera, escalated. Smith pushing a participant, yelling at them, drawing a handgun, firing and striking 5 people. 60-year-old June Knightley was shot at close range in the head and killed. A year later, a memorial stands. Her wife and partner of more than 2 decades spoke outside the Multnomah County Courthouse Wednesday afternoon. She's partially blaming police and politicians for mischaracterizing what happened.
I want to make this very clear. The only reason that Benjamin Smith finally pled guilty today is because one of the shooting victims had the presence of mind to turn on her helmet camera and document what was quickly becoming a dangerous situation. The Portland Police Bureau, as well as local and national politicians and pundits, had long characterized people associated with racial justice protests as threats to the peace, thereby giving potential vigilantes license to take violent action on their own behalf.
Earlier inside, the suspect in this mass shooting changed his plea from not guilty to guilty for all 9 charges, including murder and multiple counts of attempted murder.
How did you wish to plead on count 3 to a charge of attempted murder in the first degree?
Guilty.
The judge acknowledging the struggle and emotions of the victims.
For many of you, it's very difficult to be here, either in person or on the WebEx call today. There are just some life events that should not be part of the human experience.
By pleading guilty, Smith gives up the right to trial and the right to a jury. He will be sentenced on April 18th. There, victims and family members will have an opportunity to testify. Of the 4 survivors, 1 remains paralyzed after being shot in the neck.
Today, we can take some small satisfaction in knowing that Benjamin Smith has finally had to accept the truth and concede that he is, in fact, guilty as charged on all counts.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
The owner of a car dealership in Southeast Portland says she's running out of options when it comes to dealing with crime and vandalism plaguing her neighborhood. Felina Cha owns International Auto Sales on 82nd Avenue. She says she has had 22 cars stolen from her dealership in just the past 2 years. That's more than a $200,000 loss. This past week, as a last-ditch effort to keep her insurance coverage, she put up a $65,000 fence around her property.
And we talked to our agent, and he said as soon as we make a claim, because we haven't, that we would definitely be canceled. And so in order for someone to pick us back up, it would need to be fenced. So we are going to start that process.
Cha says the fence seems to be helping. Since it went up, there have not been any break-ins or stolen cars.